Hello everyone and welcome to another outstanding learning experience with Saisha, who is outstanding. Today we are going to be learning page 84, lesson 2.6 in your books. Alright, let's get started. So a two-step equation is basically in its name. You're going to be doing two steps, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to do the part that's farthest away from the variable. So technically it could be right next to it, but it's just not exactly on the variable. So right here, this is our variable, okay? And we notice that we have a number right next to it, a constant. And then we have another constant over here. Well, we want to do the constant underlined in green first because it's the farthest away from the variable. So it's add 5, and we do the opposite, which is subtract 5. And we have to do the same thing to the other side, which would be subtract 5. So now it becomes negative 3x equals negative 3. Okay? So now we can do the problem right next to the x because we already got rid of the first step. So since this is multiplication, we have to do the opposite, which would be division. So we divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. X equals positive 1 because right here they have the same sign, so we know that the answer will be positive. And so we get positive 1. Plug it back in. Negative 3 times 1 plus 5 equals 2. So that would be negative 3 times 1, which is negative 3, plus 5 equals 2. So it does check out. Go ahead and pause the video, get your answer, and when you're ready, unpause. Okay, so do the first step, which would be the negative 7 over here. Add 7. Add 7. 4t equals negative 8. Divide by 4. Divide by 4 because we were doing the opposite of multiplication. And the answer is t equals negative 2 because they had different signs. So the answer would be negative. So plug it back in. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And so negative 8 plus a negative 7 equals a negative 15, so it checks out. So we're going to be working with two-step equation also on this one. So we're going to be doing the thing farthest away from the variable, which would be negative 1/2. And since we're doing the opposite, we would add 1/2 to this side and add 1/2 to this side. So now it becomes x over 8 equals negative 6 over 2 or negative 3, okay? So then we're going to multiply by 8 because we're doing the opposite. Multiply by 8. So notice we're multiplying the negative 3 times 8. X now equals negative 24. So if we have negative 24 over 8, which becomes negative 3, minus 1/2, does it equal 7 over 2? It does. So this answer checks out. Go ahead and try this one on your own, and when you're ready, unpause the video to check. So we're going to subtract, because that's doing the opposite, 2 over 3, subtract 2 over 3 over here. N over 9 equals negative 4 over 3. Now we multiply by 9. Multiply by 9. So now the answer becomes 36 over 3, negative 36 over 3. And n equals negative 12 because 36 divided by 3 is negative 12. We put it back in. 12 over 9 plus 2 over 3 equals negative 2 over 3. Is that right? If we check it, yep, it is. Go ahead and try this one on your own, and when you're ready to check, unpause the video. So we do the farthest thing away from the variable, which would be plus 6. So we subtract 6, subtract 6. m over 2 equals 4. Okay, so now this is division. We do the opposite, which would be 2. So we multiply by 2 on both sides. We get m equals 8. So now if we put 8 back into it, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10, so this checks. Go ahead and try this one also on your own, and then unpause the video when you're ready. Okay, so we learned about 2 steps that we have to do the one farthest away from the variable. So that means that our plus 12 right here. So we're going to subtract 12, subtract 12. 2x now equals negative 8. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X equals negative 4. So if we go back and check, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 12 equals 4. So it does check out. Another thing that you can do is combine like terms before solving. So we learned that like terms are ones that you can combine together because they have the same variable or same exponents, things like that. So noticing right here, 3y minus 8y, they have the same variable, so we can combine them. So that means that this now becomes negative 5y equals 25. Now we can go ahead and start solving. So we know that this is a multiplication, so we have to do the opposite, which means division. So dividing by negative 5, you have to do the other side. Divide by negative 5, y equals negative 5, because these had different signs, so that means that the answer was going to be negative. So plugging it back in, negative 5 times 3 is 15. So negative 15 minus 8 times negative 5, which is 40, equals 25. Does it check out? Yes, it does check. So go ahead and try this one on your own, and when you're ready to check, unpause the video. Alright, so we learned that we can combine like terms before solving. So negative 2.8 plus 0.3 is negative 2.5. So now negative 2.5 m equals 12.5. Divide by negative 2.5. Divide by negative 2.5. M equals 5. Not just any 5, negative 5. So if you put it back into the equation, 0.3 times negative 5 minus 2.8 times negative 5 equals 12.5, and it all checks out. Great job, everyone. You guys did a really good job today. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been another outstanding learning experience with Saoirse, who is outstanding, telling all of you guys that you are outstanding.